just miracles and, I mean, causing the Maine to be whole. That's still the one that just boggles my mind. People coming up and their legs cut off and Lord's touching them and their leg regrows. People coming up and their legs cut off and Lord's touching them and their leg regrows. People coming up and their legs cut off and Lord's touching them and their leg regrows. People coming up and their legs cut off and Lord's touching them and their leg regrows.
But just a real neat answer to prayer. The video that I did about the attacks, current attacks on the ministry, there were 2 cases, open cases left. Of the guy, I showed his information, things just, showed his information, things just, showed his information, things just, showed his information, things just,
showed his information, things
just to show people how these infiltrators work and everything else. And so people that try to infiltrate, we're going to be able to have access to their full name, address, the whole deal. We're going to be able to have access to their full name, address, the whole deal. We're going to be able to have access to their full name, address, the whole deal. Unlike dealing with liberals that don't protect believing Christians like myself and you, if you're a friend of the ministry.
Alright, just going to show you an example of Bryan Denlinger's blatant hypocrisy regarding internet privacy and how he gets mad when people dox him and show his personal information, which, in my opinion, doxing is just wrong in general. You shouldn't be doxing anybody, but just showing how his hypocrisy when he gets mad when someone doxes him. Meanwhile, he does the exact same thing to people who are critical of his so-called ministry that he runs. So here's a clip I'm going to show of Bryan Denlinger getting mad and complaining about getting doxed by some of his enemies. Okay, watch this.
We've always removed videos that explicitly threaten someone, reveal confidential personal information, or encourage people to harass someone else. Yeah, right. Check this out. This video by this wicked devil here, right there, they're showing my personal information. I'm not going to show the thing, but they go and they're actually showing street views of my house here in Bridgewater. And I complained to YouTube about it. This is January 29th, 2019. I complained to YouTube about it. And what did they do? Excuse me. What did they do? They didn't do anything. They waited a month to contact me and said, oh, well, we don't feel that this violates anything. And it's still up. The video is still up showing my personal house here, street views of my personal home, my address, my phone number. And it's still up. Not to mention the fact of Edward Fenninger and a bunch of these other guys literally stealing videos off of my private Patreon channel. My Patreon channel gets shut down, and these guys were never prosecuted.
So notice how he's getting all upset, and rightfully so. They're showing his personal information, which is wrong. Obviously, he gets upset, but watch how in this clip I'm going to play, he admits that he showed somebody's personal information that essentially wanted some donation back or whatever. So it's bad when people dox him, but then he does it to other people, and it's somehow okay to his followers. Okay, watch this.
But just a real neat answer to prayer. The video that I did about the attacks, current attacks on the ministry, there were 2 cases, open cases left. Of the guy, I showed his information, things just, showed his information, things just, showed his information, things just, showed his information, things just,
showed his information, things
just to show people how these infiltrators work and everything else.
That is something you'd call hypocrisy. Okay, it's bad when people do it to Bryan, but then Bryan does it to others, and it's somehow okay for the various circumstances. Okay, what does Proverbs chapter 11 verse 9 say? Well, the hypocrite with his mouth destroyed his neighbor. And Luke chapter 12 verse 1, Jesus says that the leaven of the Pharisees is hypocrisy. And you read Matthew chapter 23 verses 13 down to verse 30, the Pharisees are hypocrites. Bryan Denlinger is sadly a modern day Pharisee via his blatant hypocrisy on many areas, not just this. So, just wanted to show you guys that this is the kind of stuff that comes from Bryan's ministry, is blatant hypocrisy. So, I wanted to show you guys that. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with all the brethren. Goodbye.
Bye.